Hey everybody, Dutch Sense here. 12:18 a.m. Central Time on Wednesday, January 7th, 2015. And we're looking at Earthquake 3D here, which is the USGS feed of the most recent earthquakes. And you can see a 6.7 magnitude earthquake struck here in Central America, west-southwest of Panama. And let's go ahead and get the stats on this from the USGS. 6.2 miles deep, right at the international border between Costa Rica and Panama. And that's out to sea, so it's far enough away that most people probably didn't feel that. But on top of the other movement that's happened today, and in case you don't know, let me just go ahead and show you the last 24 hours of earthquakes. Look up here to the north. United States, multiple earthquakes at fracking operations. Dallas, Texas showing activity, and people losing power in Dallas, Texas. And so this is Oklahoma here to the north, Dallas, Texas to the south, Snyder, Texas to the west, and Colorado, Trinidad, Colorado, right at the border of New Mexico and Colorado, to the far west. Also, one final thing, down here to the west-southwest, pretty far by about 1,500 to 2,000 miles, there was a 5.2 that struck near Easter Island. And let's get the stats on this. So we saw the 5.2 kick off first, then this large earthquake here. So this flurry to the north, 5.2 to the south, then the 6.7 and 5.0 to the northeast. Further to the west, you can see the whole South Pacific has moved over the last 48 hours. In central New Zealand, at 6.3, which the USGS has as 5.7, 5.3, so the whole area has moved down here to the south, and now back up here to the north. This means we need to watch adjacent areas. We need to watch to the area to the northwest, Mexico City, let's say, north to Salton Sea, and south, all the way down through Argentina and Peru, along the shores of Chile. The rest of the area has moved. Also to the north, we had a swarm here a week ago. Now, let's take a look. Over the last 7 days, just 2 earthquakes have struck there. So we had a swarm, followed by 1 large earthquake in Vancouver, nothing to the south. Mexico has been silent. With the rest of the earthquakes, look at it. The entire Pacific has moved, save 1 to 2 spots. That would be here in Mexico and here to the south and between Argentina, Peru, and Chile. We need to watch, okay? Be prepared for a possible larger earthquake event in the East Pacific now. And of course, this is based on the movement happening around the rest of the entire Pacific, deep and shallow. 5.0, 4.0 activity only is what we're looking at here internationally. And let's turn that off so that the US quakes aren't showing. Okay, there's our 4.0 and greater around the world. That is a lot of activity to see in 7 days' time. So be on guard, be prepared. There's only a few spots that haven't showed movement. Those are the areas we need to watch for possible larger movement as compensation for the rest of this activity around the world. The best I compare this to is 2011, guys. Right before the Japan megaquake, we saw this kind of activity, but actually not nearly as much. We did not see even this amount of activity happening before the Japan earthquake globally. So we are at a heightened state right now, and having a plan and being prepared is probably a good idea if you live anywhere around the West Coast, going north to Alaska, south to Mexico City, even in South America. Now's a good time to dust off those plans, guys. Look at the activity. I don't have to even tell you that this is excessive. You can see, and you might say, oh, those rings make it look dramatic. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and turn the rings off. Let's just look at where the earthquakes are happening directly. And you say, earthquakes happen every day, earthquakes happen all the time. Not like this. Not in this magnitude, not in this frequency around their entire ring in such a short amount of time. Even in the US, we don't normally see that 5 and 4.0 activity all kicking off in 1 week's time. Maybe over the course of a few months, but in 1 week's time, it's something to pay attention to. And then you take it down to that 3 to 3.5 activity, that really lets you know what's moving. Much love, guys. Be safe. Always have an earthquake plan ready and be prepared just in case.